All right. What a day, man. I'm dedicating this workout to Chadwick Boseman, man, an activist, actor, oh man, fighting the cancer battle and helping the young children fighting it. Man, his death alone has rung around the world, man, and folks are coming together on this. Coming together on this. And then the audacity of some folks in these United States that's in high places want to keep discord going. Want to keep this, and I really don't even talk about this, but it needs to be said. The racism, the underlying racism, the underlying hate, and people to support that. Come on, folks. What we doing here? How can one man death bring not only a country together, but the world together to pay homage? Same thing with John Lewis. People, the great folks that done passed, and their life have spoke for them. Even at death, their life is still speaking for them. And for some strange reason, we have a bunch of clowns running around out here, keeping up a bunch of racism, a bunch of hate. And you know where that comes from, don't you? That comes from the demon. Any folks that talking about that they hate and against racism, they can't talk about him. You can't even put God in the same category, in the same sentence. Who you fooling? Man, it's in the book, man. You can't run around hating one another and think you're going to go try to see him. Come on, folks, share this video. You know some folks out there that's racist out there. I don't care what color they are. How in the world you going to go around here talking about we working with him, we work for God, but we hating folks? That ain't in the book. We want to kill folks. We want to come down because some skin color. Pathetic. Like I said, we're going to find out who the real niggas are. And what's happened, the racists out here are trying to kill what they have become. Yeah. Hate, malice, evil, keeping up a bunch of chaos and confusion. And this thing about, we're going to have to make America great again. This is our country. You can't claim nothing that you done stole. This is Indian land we on. We just borrowing it. Because believe me, when he wants to give it back to him, he will. We need to sit down somewhere, folks. This ain't our country. We borrowing it right now. Because you can't take something and make it yours when it don't belong to you. We fail to forget that. We need to find our origin, where we come from. Some of us were brought over here against our own will. Some of us come over here to find a better life. Folks don't like this multicultural situation. We might need to get on a ship and go to a volcanic island somewhere where all the chaos and confusion starts at, where all the hatred is, all the malice is. That's what needs to happen. Let's get us a big ship, like was up in New York with the Red Cross on that big old white ship. Let's put all the races on it, the supremacists on that, folks. Put them all on the ship. Is it 10 ships we need? How many ships we need like that? Load them up and send them out to a volcanic island somewhere where a lot of chaos and confusion is at. You can't be drumming up hate and talking about you with him. So what you're doing is you some blasphemous stuff. You're trying to call him out. You're trying to call God a sissy. You're trying to call God a punk, but he ain't. He gonna come and visit you, folks. Better stand down before he start working, folks. Look here, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We run around here trying to hate folks, and death is all the way around us. 183,000 folks, Americans, and we still trying to discord some hate. And some of us dummies out here, some of us clowns are following a fool. Sound like some demonic stuff. That's why I said that's that blue pill. A lot of people on that blue pill, they're in the matrix, they caught in it. Ain't gonna be no pure race. The book you read now, where you get that garbage from? It ain't happening, Captain. It'll never go to that point. Either you're gonna have to learn to love it, or you're gonna have to run somewhere. Pray tell folks start mounting up. So like I said, this is wartime. It's wartime. It's a fighting time. And we're not fighting just against people down here and physical stuff. We're fighting against a demon, a spirit that gets off into the minds of the weak who ain't been stabilized out of the book. So they going for everything what they know. They going for everything they hear. No facts, all fiction. Hello. When is this gonna come to an end, folks? So I tell our black folks, start loving one another. You can't fight the enemy if you're still fighting yourself inside the home. Our black women, you must stand flat-footed and get with your man. You can't make it out here by yourself. Who told you to build an empire? Who told you to do that? Nobody but the demon. He didn't talk like that. You're the man's helpmate. You gotta get off his mumbo jumbo back here. I can do this by myself. You lying to yourself. And the demon is helping you lie to yourself. He didn't say that. You can't go against him. Because you're going to get to a certain age one day and you're going to find out you're in this world all by yourself. Why? Because the demon set you up for a fall. He don't set you up for a fall. He set you up for victory. And you overcome these obstacles out here. Yeah, with the word out here. Kings rise. Queens rise. Amongst our black people, this is why this homosexuality stuff don't work. You got to stand up and be a man. You can't be running around here timid and all this mess right here. Either something that you ain't born like that. He don't make no junk. He don't make no junk like that. That woman was meant for that man. That man was meant for that woman. If you think I'm lying, look at your anatomy. Put it up on Google somewhere. Look at your anatomy. Look at the female and the male reproductive system. Everything fit like a glove. Only a God could design something like that. Ain't no man gonna be with no man. It don't fit. Ain't no woman gonna be with no woman. It don't fit. It wasn't meant to be from the beginning. This is the kind of stuff that he's talking about right here. And the demon wants you to suck on that stuff. And some of us been playing with that funky lifestyle. And we get mad at people like me to say something about it. That's why sometimes on his day we don't go see him. Because he ain't pleased with this garbage. That's what it is, garbage. It's cesspool mess. It's funky mess. And then when it's time to fight and stand up against the enemy, we have no kings around. We have weakness, fear. Oh man, we need some more John Lewis's out here. We need some more of us out here looking to get in some good trouble. Ain't nothing wrong with loving folks. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. On every weapon I have, every knife, every gun, everywhere, where it's printed as a 4-letter word on there. And it's called love. Yeah, it's love on everything I got. Every weapon. It has the 4-letter love on it. I'm standing for something. I'm fighting for something. I'm going to die for something. What kind of death comes is going to be honorable. I ain't gonna have to look on my shoulder and say, man, oh man, I didn't do the best I could do it. I didn't stand for something. I just laid down for everything. It's time to rise up, folks. And I know sometimes we get beat up. We go through a lot of stuff. Especially we go through a lot of traumatizing stuff up here. Our black women does. Where the black man has not been strong enough to stand up and pull up. We're fighting against ourselves. We're fighting against ourselves. Again, when it's time to fight the enemy, we cannot fight because we're not together. We're not loving. We want to cheat on one another. We want to have more than one woman, black man. We have that Baskin-Robbins syndrome, 31 flavors or more. Our black women think we just gotta, I don't want to be committed to nobody. I just lay down and give me a little something and I keep on moving. That ain't nothing but garbage. That's a funky lifestyle living. And some of we're guilty of it. And we wonder why we're not strong and stable and vibrant like some of our counterparts are. Hello. One, we done forgot about him. We done put him on the back burner. So when other things rise around here, like racism and stuff, we can't fight. We run and we scared. We don't have a backbone. We scared. We got to hold a camera and show somebody getting killed, getting shot down. But we ain't going in for the fight because we scared we going to cost our life. Well, that's your day to be a hero. Are you your brothers and your sisters' keeper? Or are you just an innocent bystander? But you saying all black lives matter. Well, if it matter, put the camera down. It's time to stand up for it. It's past time for all this weakness, man. It's time for men to be men and be kings again. Pick your weapon up. You done laid it down for too long. You done loaned your weapon to the demon. He done played with your mind for the longest. He done made your mind Play-Doh. He forming everything he wants you to do. Because you don't have him. You thinking him, he's a joke. But he's not. Because you're on that blue pill. You run around here asleep. We're getting rocked to sleep like a baby out here. We're against one another. We're jealous of one another. We worry about who got this and who has that, where who lives, what this is driving, man. That's weakness. That's petty. You don't know who you are. But you're claiming that you're a black person, that you're this and you're that. I can't tell the difference. We run around here scared. We're not looking for no good trouble. We're looking for the easy way out. It's time to toughen up. Some of us come up against some adversities. Oh man, one movie I remember, man, is Rocky, man. Rocky 3. Oh man, when your boy got the belt, man, and for some reason, man, he didn't want to deal with Clubber Lang, but Clubber Lang called him out. Oh, that first fight, man, it was rough on Rocky. He wasn't prepared. His mind, his weapon wasn't prepared, and he got beat and hurt himself at the same time. But it took somebody. It took some unity. It took Apollo Creed to train him again with speed. He told him, he said, man, you got to get in there. You don't have that zeal no more. You don't have that hunger. So you got to have the eye of the tiger, bro. You got to get that back. There is no tomorrow. That's today. Oh, man, they got to fight in the second match, man. Oh, man, he trained hard. He was going after Mr. Clubber Lang. Apollo told him, he said, he's just a man. You got to be more man than he is. Sometimes, black men, we got to be more man than some of this other garbage down here. Let some of these 40, 50-some-year-old boys run around here still chasing women, going to bed with this woman, that woman, thinking it's cool. You got to be more man than that. Your name means something. Folks out here supporting this doggone racism. I remember this movie here, Hoodlum. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is in there playing Bumpy Johnson. Oh man, so if you haven't seen, you need to check it out. There's a line in there that makes real sense. And I'm gonna tell it to you. And what they were doing, they was gangsters. They were doing some things wrong, but it was the respect out of what was going on. You had the Italian folks, you had the black folks, and you had the white folks. They was doing this number racket thing, but it was out of respect. But old Dutch Schultz, man, he wanted to come. He wanted to take over some things. Yeah, he had a black guy that there was old Bub. He had his own ruthless gang at one time, but he sold himself out to old Dutch Schultz. Yeah, he did. So they was going around to the top folks over there and beating them up and taking their policies. So they couldn't even do their policies in certain places, because Dutch wanted to take over. Oh, but Bumpy wasn't having it. When it was time to stand and fight, Bumpy said one thing. He told his cousin, Eleanor Gordon, he said, any man stand for the Dutchman and work for the Dutchman, they deserve to die. What's what we at, folks? Anybody that stands up and want to conduct themselves and want to coerce racism, they deserve what's going to happen to them. It ain't going to come by the man of hands. It's going to come by him. For we don't understand what's going on out here. He is too powerful. It's the same thing happened in Egypt. How long you gonna think that he gonna let some folks oppress his people? How long? How long? Moses pleaded with Pharaoh. He pleaded with him, man, let my people go. Please let them go. Not only that, he put all them plagues on them. Oh man, clean, pretty, tasting water turned to blood. Lice everywhere. Locusts everywhere. Stayed dark. People were scared. But it took one instance to turn his people go. He tried to make Moses out of a fool, mainly the Almighty. He gonna go out and kill every first Hebrew. Oh man, but the I am turned it around. He switched it. What's gonna be the first Hebrews that was gonna be born they're gonna face death? It was gonna be the firstborn of the Egyptians. And what happened? Samuel was dispatched. And if you didn't have that blood over your doorpost, oh man, death visits you. But if you did, death passed you by. But it couldn't pass Pharaoh's house by. It took his son. Oh, he was praising all kind of gods to try to bring him back to life. He was gone. Samuel took him. Folks, it's going to happen again this time. Keep on supporting this racism garbage out here and claiming that you know him. You say you love him, but your heart is far from him. and you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be bad. You're going to be crying and the tears in your eyes and can't understand why this is happening to me. Hate never prevails. Only love does. Love is the strongest force in this universe, on this planet. You can only hate for a little while, but love lasts forever, even from the grave. Let me leave this from you, folks. We fight a lot of times, and sometimes we feel like we outnumbered. This kind of reminds me of old David, a little bit old Ready David. Yeah, the story of David and Goliath. Y'all know about that. The big old Philistine stood 9 foot. Oh, man, they was giving Saul and them a whole lot of problems, man. And they scared. They was shaking. See, a lot of folk get scared and shake of the opposition out here. It's happening today. All this talking and talking about what you're going to do and how you're going to do stuff, but nothing to back it up. Oh, man, he was a giant of a man. And folks were scared of him. When they got David ready, when they found it was him, little old boy, why did he come along? If there was finna be a blessing. I tell you, God used anything like he used Chadwick Boseman and used a lot of folks. John Lewis, a lot of folks. Martin Luther, a lot of the folks. Some of you folks out here, some of your family members, freedom fighters. He uses them. So he decided to use this little ready boy, David. Well, David had confidence. Y'all don't understand what his background. He already done. How many young boys? He's a little shepherd boy tending to some sheep. Oh, man, he done killed a bear. He done killed a lion. So who is this giant 9-foot Philistine to David? But see, David knew he had a backup plan, a front plan, a side plan, an overall plan, which is the man upstairs. Oh, man, they try to fit him up with the coat of mail. It wouldn't work. They try to give him a sword. And it wouldn't work. They try to get him all this armor. He said, that's going to slow me down. Hey, I need to be more stealthy. All I need is my slingshot and 3 smooth stones. How many? 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, Goliath is out there talking noise. But David talked something too. What did he tell him? I got to get out of here. He said, man, look here, you need to go ahead and run and get on out of here before while you can. He's laughing. He's 9 foot tall. Nobody couldn't withstand this big old Goliath, man. David told him what was going to happen. He said, I'm gonna cut your head off. He said, I'm going to have your body laying out there for the birds to eat on it. And he just, Goliath just laughing. Oh, okay. The battle starts up. David gets his swing. Oh, man, he's got that. Now, look, he had 3 stones, but only took 1. Oh, he let that one fly and smack right in the forehead. Goliath falls to the ground. The armies are looking shocked. Never seen it happen before. Your problems, they're so big out here. Your opposition is so big out. This racism is so big out here. This hate coming from family members, church members. It's so big out here sometimes. Some bill problems. A house note, a car note is coming up. Some terminal illness. It's a big problem, but ain't nothing too hard for him. Oh, look how David moved when the giant fell. He didn't walk up. He ran up. He ran and got this very weapon that Goliath was using, that sword. Oh, David took his energy and picked it up, cut the head off of that giant, picked it up, held it up to the Philistines. They in shock for this little bit old man. What happened as days went by? The birds were feeding on his body. Let me tell you something. That's what happened when God fights your battle. When the I am shows up. Folks, keep holding on out here. Don't get weary and well done. Don't have this fear. Get your love together. This time, like I said, this GFI switch has been hit. This is the time to get stronger in the word. Gird yourself up. Get your 3 smooth stones ready. Get your plan ready. It's time to fight, folk. It's time to fight. Yeah. Love, war, ready. When they go down, we stand up. He'll fight your battles, but you gotta have some effort. Hey folks, stay up here the next time. Wakanda forever.